we are at all. You can't even begin to get someone's mind around Lync and the power of SharePoint and collaboration and the cloud until we get these old applications remediated and move forward. And that's why it's important that all of us take this as a go-do and make sure we follow up and drive it extremely hard. And I think it's an incredible partner opportunity for all of us this next year. And when you think about Windows 7, I want you to have the confidence that it remains the highest quality operating system we've ever put out in the market. We're getting wins every single day, and all of the deployment goals are ahead of target. But you know what? There's still 300 million business PCs out there to go. 300 million. Best we can count around the world. And we got to go get all of them. We don't want to leave any of them behind. And over 400 million copies of Windows 7 already in market and growing every single second of every single day. We've got to continue to drive that extremely hard. Now let me talk about compete. My favorite part of the session. You know, let me remind you of a few things. Competing is a test of will. It is simply a test of will. Competitors make us better, ladies and gentlemen. We have some great competitors. We've got some phenomenal competitors out there. And I'm grateful for those competitors because every single one of them makes us better. But you know what? It's fun to get up in the morning competing. It's fun to really go after it in a big way. So let's talk about how do we compete this next year with some of our biggest competitors. What's the first one? Google. All right. So 2 and 3 years ago, all of the headlines all over the world said, hey, Microsoft, you're in big, big trouble. Google's going to wipe you out and wipe out your Office business. They're going to take you out. You guys read it? We read it. We spoke at this partner conference, me telling you, hang with us, hang on. It's not going to happen. Well, guess what? It hadn't happened. And more importantly, when you look at it, with what we've been able to put in with Office 365 in market, Office 365 is to Google Apps as Xbox 360 is to Pong. Now, Pong, there used to be something out called Atari 100 years ago. And when you think about it, this headline from CRN, absolutely spot on. The ability for us to really get after it. With Office 365, we have every single thing we need. And I got to tell you, it's so exciting to be able to talk about Office 365 that I can only describe what Office 365 is in sort of 2 words. You could say technically it's 3 words. But Office 365, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing but a Google butt kicker. That's all it is. That's all it is. And the reality is, customers know it. Every customer knows it. Just look at some of these customers that we've rescued from Google. These are win-backs. Customers who made a mistake, a very innocent mistake. And we went in there and said, we're here to help with our partners. And we took these customers and we moved these customers straight away. Straight away. And then we had some other very competitive battles where Google was in the lead. But when we show up with our partners, they don't win. They don't win in the messaging and collaboration space. And they shouldn't win in the messaging and collaboration space. And here's a little secret ammunition for you to use this next year. Just sort of prime the pump. Just keep it coming. So we've uncovered in doing some of these win-backs, there's a lot of hidden costs. Yeah, whoa. Look at this. You got a little iceberg emerging. When you really peel it back, wow, there's some hidden costs there. Those are annual hidden costs. And then you've got some one-time costs that also come into effect. And we'll provide you more and more information like this to be able to have those conversations with customers. But hey, the old $50 per year per user is just the tip of the iceberg as it relates to what customers are getting charged and what they have to do to try to prop up that inferior messaging system and productivity and set of productivity applications. So we're going to continue to look and peel it back and make sure we've equipped you and we have it ready. But a couple of more things for you to think about. I mean, Google's helping us with some of their actions. And I'm encouraged to remind you all, this is a company that has a mission statement that they have to remind themselves not to do evil, right? And you know, I love this. I got this picture came from last week. This is a policeman that's pulled over, you know, that car they drive around to snoop your Wi-Fi and all that stuff. This is a cop that pulled it over. I'm assuming he's saying, what are you doing? And when you think about the trouble they're getting into with some of their statements, claiming certain things and allegations that they're dealing with, this is nothing but help to us. We don't scan your email. We're not snooping your Wi-Fi. We're going to continue to do the things we do well, which is help you become more productive. But Microsoft and our partners should not lose a deal to Google, period, full stop. That's the goal. That's the objective. And as Steve talked about on day one, we're going to keep putting the pressure on in the search space. Look at this. Last 3 years, 142%. We were left for dead, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago in the search space. And look at where we've come. Almost 27 points of combined share in just 3 years. We're just going to keep growing every single month, just like we did in June. Every single month, we're going to keep growing, keep earning it every single day. And the biggest thing you can do to help us is make sure you use and evangelize Bing. That's what you can do to help us. Now, let's go to Oracle. And should our customers bet on Oracle? Well, you know, to really talk to a customer about whether they should bet on Oracle, let's just take a look at the cast of characters and you make the call. I don't even know what to say. When you look at what the customers are saying, there is a tremendous opportunity for us, ladies and gentlemen, to really go after the Oracle customer right now. This Fusion product that they have, that they're beginning to make some traction around and some noise around, is a huge opportunity for us. Their lack of focus on customer service, taking care of customers and doing the right thing by customers, is catching up with them. Now, it's been very lucrative to them financially. But you and I both know, how many happy Oracle customers are you talking to? It's about like Siebel. And so the reality for us to engage and really get in there and don't let customers get locked into Oracle is tremendous. Is tremendous. We can rescue the Oracle customers in a big way. And we can continue to do that. We've got great product in our SQL product. And if you look at this SQL product, you go through it, we have a tremendous price value proposition. These are all the things. This is all prices are per processor with a single core. And our base license price is lower than what IBM and Oracle are, and we include things that you don't have to pay extra for. And recent studies show in the last 8 years, we've had less security vulnerabilities than either of these competitors. And so when you think about it, we've got more value with SQL. That product has come so far, so fast, that we have a great platform for us to rescue these Oracle customers and get them off that maintenance drug and get them off that lock-in that they're so worried about. So big opportunity for each and every partner on competing with Oracle. So let's talk about Salesforce. And when you think about Salesforce, the best thing I can tell you is don't let the customers get forced into paying these exorbitant prices and hidden charges for a solution that doesn't quite meet their business needs. But let's break it down, because I haven't had this dynamic CRM online that long. And look at the price delta that we've got here and where we're going. $44 versus $65. And one of the most beautiful things that we have on that monthly cost per seat is that when you throw in Office 365 and I get all of the Office 365 services, look at where I stack up. And there's a great quote on here from a customer, Vicky Flores, who said, we've basically outgrown Salesforce.com. Getting information out of it's really difficult, and the price point is extremely high. And with Microsoft Dynamics CRM, you get all these features out of the box, which is great. A customer says it best. The truth lies with the customer. And so we have a unique opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to really take our arsenal, get you excited about Dynamic CRM, and continue to drive that. Now, I know what excites most partners, and it's making money, right? Most partners get excited about making money. So let me talk to you about making money. This is a 250-seat CRM deal. A Microsoft Dynamics partner earns almost 53 grand. The Salesforce.com partner earns about 20 grand. Love that. Absolutely love that. And unlike Salesforce, we continue to pay margins on annuity deals. If you're thinking about getting in with us on CRM, do it. If you're doing stuff with us on CRM, let's do more. Let's double down. Let's go after this space. It's a huge competitive opportunity. Now let's talk about VMware and the VMware tax. And we've made some tremendous progress versus VMware, probably more than any other competitor this past year. And the way we've been able to do that is we've caught VMware flat-footed because they're fighting the economics of the cloud. The cost of managing the VMs in the private cloud. Just look at this slide. When you think about it, 500 VMs, we have about 3 times a cost-saving advantage. The more VMs you add, the more our savings goes up. Because at Microsoft, anything beyond 6 VMs is free. Now, as a partner, why is that beautiful for you? Because you don't want the customer spending money on a bunch of licensing from VMware. You want to build services that as they expand their private cloud environment, you're able to take advantage of those professional services that you offer and you provide and scale the Microsoft environment. And many of you have told me that VMware is getting more and more into the services space. And if you look at their numbers, that's where their increases are coming from. So the ability that we have to get the facts out and continue to do that is a tremendous opportunity for Microsoft and our partners. And I'm so proud to be able to tell you we've made a lot of progress this past year. Again, we're growing at almost 2 times the rate in market share versus VMware. And we're now up to 23 points from 0, ladies and gentlemen, just a few years ago, together. And for those partners who have jumped and gone in with us, thank you. For those partners who are still kind of standing back waiting, get on board. Because we're coming, and coming in a hurry. And this is a critical space for us to continue to show and demonstrate value with our customers. Now let's go to Apple and the consumerization of IT. Before I jump into Apple, let's talk about their ecosystem and what is it? They're a tremendous competitor. This is my best description of their ecosystem.